Alright, hello Professor. This is Lipnitsky, and this is going to be my video showcasing Milestone 3 for the individual project. I will now launch my Flask backend and my React frontend to start it up. So to hopefully make it easier for you, I will first go over my features from Milestone 2 very quickly, and then tell you when I will move on to the Milestone 3 features. So starting off from Milestone 2, the first feature is, as a user, I want to view top 5 rented films of all time, and those are right here. The next is, as a user, I want to be able to click on any of the top 5 films and view its details. Go ahead and click on one of them, and then we can see their details. The next one is, as a user, I want to be able to view top 5 actors that are part of films I have in the store. Those are down here, the top 5 actors listed there. The next feature is, as a user, I want to be able to view the actor's details and view their top 5 rented films. So if we click on an actor, we can see their details and their top 5 rented films. So now the next feature is, as a user, I want to be able to search a film by the name of the film, name of an actor, or the genre of a film. So that brings us to the films page. We can go ahead and search by title for Alone Trip, and that brings us Alone Trip. Now for actor, we can go ahead and search Gina and find movies with Gina in it, such as this one, where she is indeed in the cast. And then for genre, we can go ahead and search for travel, for example. Hit search, and all of these films are genre, and we can go ahead and check one of them, and we can see that it indeed says travel. The next feature is, as a user, I want to be able to view details of the film. So I have that here within the table, but also if you click on any of the films, as I've demonstrated before, we can see all of the details related to that specific film. So the next feature is, as a user, I want to view a list of all customers, preferably using pagination. That brings us to the customers page, and we can see all of the customers listed here. And pagination is achieved with these buttons down here, with an edge case of not being able to go into the negative page numbers, and then all the way at the end for the page numbers that are non-existent. This will be disabled as well. So that is it for Milestone's 2 features. I will now do Milestone 3. So the first feature is, as a user, I want the ability to filter or search customers by their customer ID, first name or last name. So on the customers page here, we can go ahead and pick a random customer to search for, preferably one that's easy to type. We'll do Helen Harris, who is ID number 15. So as for first name, if we type Helen Harris does indeed come up. And then if we try to do last name, type in Harris, Helen Harris comes up again, along with anyone who has like Harris within their last name. And then for customer ID, if we type in 15, for example, Helen Harris shows up because that is her ID. The next feature is, as a user, I want to be able to add a new customer. So as you can see, I have this selection here to add a customer on the customers page. Go ahead and click it. That brings us to this menu, and I will go ahead and add myself. So I'll say I'm in store 1, my first name, my last name, then my email. We'll say that I'm active and my address can be 123 Main Street. So once we hit create, we can see this is now my customer page with an ID that does not conflict with any IDs already within the customer database, and my store ID, email, etc., and everything else. The next feature is, as a user, I want to be able to edit a customer's details. So on my customer details page, for example, I have an edit button here. If we click edit, we can say, let's say I want to move to store 2. I want to change the spelling of my name, the spelling of my last name. My email is now 90, for example. I'm no longer active, and I move to a new address 2 houses over to 125 Main Street, we can see that I will save it and then everything is properly updated. So that is how the edit customer feature works. And I also have it where anything left blank will be unchanged as well. It's another edge case that I have added. So moving on to the next feature is, as a user, I want to be able to rent a film out to a customer. So if we go back to films, let's say for my profile, I would like to rent a lone trip, which it is indeed available. So my ID was 706. Go ahead and click rent. Oh, well, customer is currently inactive actually, because that's another edge case I had. So if I go ahead and search by first name, this isn't refresh. Oh, I forgot I changed the spelling of my name, sorry about that. So yeah, this is my customer page. We'll go ahead and make myself active and save that, and I am now active. If we go back to films and I would like to rent a lone trip, type in my customer ID, go ahead and rent it out. Rental was successful, and now the available copies has decremented and the times it has been rented has incremented by 1. If we go to my customer page with the new spelling, there we go, I have the film rented. So the next feature is, as a user, I want to be able to delete a customer if they no longer wish to patron at the store. Let's go ahead and click delete customer here. I have actually added an edge case here where we have, if I have current rentals, it will not let me delete myself. So first I will display the feature of indicating a customer has returned a rented movie, but I just wanted to show that off first. So as a user, I want to be able to indicate that a customer has returned a rented movie. I have this return button right here. I go ahead and click it. The film is no longer rented, and then moving on back to, as a user, I want to be able to delete a customer if they no longer wish to patron at the store. If I can click delete here, I have been deleted, and I will no longer be found within the table. This guy will, because he has my spelling and it's like this spelling, but I am no longer found in the table is the point. And the final feature is, as a user, I want to be able to view customer details and see their past and present rental history. So if we select a random customer that has both past and present details, such as this one, we can see their currently rented films and their past rentals. One last thing I wanted to add is that I have an edge case for renting films. So if we see this film, for example, there are no copies of the film, and when I try to rent it to a customer, it'll say there are no available copies, and that is working along with decrementing until this value, which would normally say copies available, reaches 0. We have a message that displays out of stock there. So I just wanted to show that off really quick, because that is another edge case that I added to my project. So that is it for my project. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.